Oh, hey guys, how you doing? Toffee here for another installment of ToffyVlogs, and I'm currently sitting in my bedroom once again, and in a very competitive game of Words with Friends. I'm not sure if you guys have heard of that, but it has become a huge Facebook phenomenon. I say Facebook because the creators have installed segments or parts on the actual application itself where you can challenge your friends on Facebook or on Twitter, so you can find them. And you can see it here. There you go. I must say it's highly addictive. To be honest, only found it a couple of days ago, and my friends from work were saying to me, "Oh, Toffee, man, you want to play some Words with Friends?" And I was just like, "What is this nonsense? Like, what are you talking about, mate?" And he showed it to me, and I must say, again, I'm highly addicted to it. But the issue for me, and why I'm actually talking about it on this blog or vlog, is that in hindsight, it is online Scrabble. It is online Scrabble, and to me, it's just giving kids or people my age alike an excuse to use their iPhones or iPod touches or whatever other iPod or Apple products you have, even more so than you need to. It seems that phones are fast becoming an entertainment product rather than just, pick up the phone and call a friend or to text somebody. So, I wouldn't go, to be honest, I wouldn't go over to my sister and be like, hey sis, do you want to play some Scrabble? We've got the Scrabble board, have a cup of tea and a Milo or some biscuits and whatever else. I'm not going to do that. But to me, it seems cool. Like, I'm actually going to admit that it actually seems cool to challenge your friends on an application on your phone. So, what is your thoughts on this, people? YouTubers, subscribers? Do you believe that it is an issue? Do you believe that it's not a good thing to have your child or your brothers and sisters or your friends, whatever else, continuously spending hours on this thing? And I must say, spend hours, because I have spent hours on this, and it can't be healthy. Hello, YouTubers, and welcome to Toffee News. I do have one question for you before we begin, and that is, do you have a tattoo? Now, I asked that question for simple reasons, and that is because a news headline which caught my attention this week, which happened to be today, is about henna tattoos. So, the story pretty much reports that a 8-year-old boy went to Bali with his family recently, got a henna tattoo, such is the trend, and he has now had an allergic reaction and has a very high chance of having permanent scarring on his forearm. He's 8 years old. He's only 8 years old, and his forearm has inflamed to a point where it's raised 2 to 3 millimeters out of the skin, and it's blistering and past everything else. So that was the main sort of caught my attention. The question from me to you guys, I suppose, is like, do you believe that it's the media's fault? Do you believe it's the media's fault for showcasing the coolness, as it were, of henna tattoos and of tattoos when traveling overseas? See, I myself got a tattoo when I was in China. I was a bit apprehensive, I must admit that, from numerous reports and accounts from other people, but in hindsight is you make sure the needles are clean, you be careful, and obviously you do some research to know what you're dealing with. You don't go in and half-ass it. And I'm not saying this 8-year-old kid did half-ass it. I'm just saying that he was unlucky, the family was unlucky to happen to go to Bali on that day or to go to the henna place on that day, and for that henna tattoo artist to obviously just not know that the things that they were using. I haven't had a henna tattoo, so I'm not sure what they do, but it's a fake tattoo that goes in your skin, it can wash away, etc., etc. So he wouldn't have known he's going to have an allergic reaction. The family wouldn't have known that this could possibly have happened because the media don't broadcast that this does happen. Maybe this is the first time, I'm not sure. I doubt it. There's 7 billion people in the world. I'm sure it's happened to someone. So my question to you guys is, do you believe that the media should start showcasing this? Obviously they have now, but is it the media's fault? Or is it just, I don't know, unlucky?
I really think the war on terror is a bunch of bullshit. Just a poor excuse for you to use up all your wallet. How much money does it take to really make a full clip? 9/11 building 7, did they really pull it? And a bunch of other cover-ups. Your child's future was the first to go with budget cuts. If you think that hurts, then wait, here comes the uppercut. The school was garbage in the first place. That's on the up.
Sup YouTubers, yes I have joined the Lupe Fiasco phase. I have been into this guy since his first album, Lupe Fiasco's Food and Liquor, which was released in 2006 with the help of Jay-Z. Now his latest album, entitled Lazy, which came out in 2011, so this year, has already surpassed previous records in sales and entries of the week. Now it features great songs like The Show Goes On, Words I Never Said, which I'm up before was singing, and Out of My Head featuring Trey Songz, Beautiful Lasers, Break the Chain with Eric Turner, who you might remember from Tiny Temper's song Written in the Stars. So it's a great album. It's lyrical genius, great beats, everything else. You should get it. If you don't have it, get it. I'm telling you, get it now. If you're not already aware, Transformers Dark of the Moon is being released next Tuesday, midnight session. Yes, I'm excited. I have my tickets. I cannot wait. If you guys haven't seen the trailers, well, seriously, you haven't seen the trailers, you've been living under a rock the whole time, but for your own benefit, here it is. And it's just, I cannot explain to you. I am thoroughly excited. I am just as excited for this movie as I am for Harry Potter 7 Part 2, which I will discuss next week. In the meantime, I'll give you my full review again next week. And, yep. Sup guys, Toffee here for another installment of Toffee Sport. Now, there have been many news headlines that have caught my eye over the past week. One of which being the sling tackle debacle. For those of you that do not know what happened on the weekend, it is simple. Shane Munford from Sydney Swans, Justin Kushitsky from St Kilda, and Joel Corey from Geelong all got charged with rough conduct due to a tackle, which happened to be a sling tackle. Now, Shane Munford and Justin Kushitsky both received 2-week suspensions, whereas Joel Corey received a reprimand due to an early guilty plea and low impact. Now, the issue is, ladies and gentlemen, is simple, is that are injuries determining the charge? The last thing a player needs is doubt in his mind when he's chasing the ball. You know, I played footy for 8 years and my coach used to always drill into my head, always focus on the footy, unless of course you're going in for a shepherd, then focus on everyone else's opponent. So to me, it's just ridiculous. If you want players to focus on the football, why bring in these ridiculous laws or these stupid suspensions? Like, it just doesn't make any sense to me that, you know, if I'm chasing the football, eyes on the footy, in my hand I'm thinking, I'm going to get this footy. Okay, I see a player, he's running towards the football as well. What am I going to do? Am I going to bump him? Oh, wait, I can't bump him. Well, should I bump him? Where can I bump him? Can I bump him on his head? I don't know if I can bump him on his head. I might get weeks for that. I don't know. And by the time you know it, the ball's gone. Guys, the last thing I want to talk to you about is the volcanic ash cloud that is residing itself over the Melbourne city. Now, the question I have for you is that, should the AFL consider environmental factors a good enough reason for a delay in a game? So, for example, Carlton Football Club are versing West Coast Eagles this week at Etihad Stadium. The Eagles obviously reside in Perth. They need to make the trip over to Melbourne City. How can they do that to make the main training session before the game if there is a volcanic ash which is shutting down planes, putting the airport on hold for flights in and out of Melbourne? That is the issue. Gary Ablett experienced that on Tuesday night. He couldn't fly back, so therefore he has missed his training session with the Gold Coast Football Club in Gold Coast on Wednesday, which, as his Twitter suggests, he is not very happy about. So that's the issue, guys. That's the end of ToffyVlogs for this week. Subscribe, like the video if you liked what you see. Hopefully we're coming out every Friday as like an current thing, but we'll see how we go with uni studies and everything else. And the last thing I have to say to you is that look into my eyes and tell me that I don't know what I'm talking about. Love you all.